Be still and hear what the world has hidden from you. You are not a creature trapped in matter. You are the cause of matter. You are the unseen breath that animates the scene. The noise of the world has told you to strive, to fight, to beg for scraps from a reality that you alone are shaping. But the truth has never moved. The truth is always whispered. You are God in expression, and your assumption is law. You have been living in the echo, not in the cause. You have been bowing to shadows while the light burns within you. You have been measuring your life by appearances, forgetting that appearances are nothing but yesterday's faith crystallized. You call it circumstance, but it is your inner word. You call it chance, but it is your inner law. You call it fate, but it is your unconscious choosing. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When you assume, you prophesy. When you dwell in a state, you command all things to conform. When you speak within yourself, the world obeys without question. The mountains move not by effort, but by faith. And faith is nothing more than the inner knowing that it is already done. Matthew 17:20 declared, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. The mountain is not out there, it is within. It is the hardened belief that tells you you cannot, and yet the smallest seed of assumption dissolves it into nothing. Your imagination is the womb of all creation. It does not argue, it does not resist, it simply conceives. And what you dare to assume, it gives birth to without hesitation. Most men are prisoners of their inner speech. They curse themselves with words spoken in silence. They rehearse failure. They rehearse rejection. They rehearse lack, and then cry out when the outer world shows them the harvest of their lips. For Proverbs 18:21 has spoken, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You are already eating the fruit. You are already walking in the harvest. You are already living inside the garden you planted when no one was looking. Do not blame the soil. Do not blame the sun. Do not blame the hand of another. For the seed was yours. The word was yours. The assumption was yours. What you call identity is nothing more than the state you have remained faithful to. You are not fixed. You are not small. You are not bound to the character the world has assigned to you. You are infinite awareness, wearing a mask, and the mask changes the moment you dare to assume another face. This is the mystery of I am, the name of God given unto you. When Moses asked, who shall I say sent me? The voice declared, I am that I am. And this same I am is your eternal name, your holy word, your hidden key. I am poor, and you remain poor. I am broken, and you remain broken. I am unworthy, and the world treats you as unworthy. But the moment you dare to say within yourself, I am rich, I am healed, I am chosen, I am free, the universe bends, the heavens open, the earth obeys. It is not arrogance to call yourself what God has called you. It is blasphemy to deny it. It is sin to reject it. The only sin is unbelief. The only fall is forgetting that you are the image and likeness of the eternal. Behold, I do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. For the new thing is not outside of you. It is within you, waiting to be assumed, waiting to be clothed with flesh, waiting for you to stop doubting and simply believe. You will never find God by searching the outer sky, for the kingdom of heaven is within you, seated in silence, clothed in imagination, dwelling in the heart of your assumption. Stop asking when. Stop asking how. Stop asking why. These are the questions of the shadow, not the light. These are the cries of the beggar, not the voice of the son. You were never meant to be a beggar. You were meant to be the operant power, detached from appearances, detached from the lie of delay, detached from the old story that binds you. Detachment is not weakness. Detachment is faith Detachment is knowing the seed will grow, though you see nothing in the soil. The Sabbath is rest, and the rest is confidence. It is the holy stillness of one who has already seen the end, one who has already claimed it done, one who has no need to strive, for striving is denial, and denial is blindness. You do not manifest by effort, you manifest by rest. You do not manifest by force, you manifest by faith. You do not manifest by begging, you manifest by assuming and remaining, for what you remain in becomes flesh, what you dwell on becomes form. Every state exists now, every outcome exists now, every possibility is alive within the infinite imagination, and you are free to enter any state at will. You are free to leave any state at will. You are not bound by the past, you are bound only by your memory of it. Revision is resurrection. Revision is forgiveness. Revision is the mercy of God clothed in imagination. Take the moment that haunts you. Take the scene that breaks you. Take the word that curses and rewrite it. For what you revise in imagination is erased in reality. And forgiveness is simply refusing to let the old story live again. Do not look at your neighbor through the eyes of yesterday. Do not look at yourself through the mirror of failure. Do not hold men captive to the sins you have revised. For to forgive is to release them from your assumption. And as you forgive, you are forgiven. Your world is not held by men. Your world is held by your state. If you want the world to change your dwelling place, shift your inner home, walk into the state where the thing is already done, and live there, breathe there, rest there, until the shadow obeys. Gratitude is not an act, it is a state. It is the fragrance of already having. It is the joy of already being. It is the silent song of one who knows. And when you walk in gratitude, the world cannot withhold its gifts, for you are already in possession of them. Faith is substance, not hope. Faith is evidence, not wish. Faith is knowing before seeing. And when you live by faith, you no longer strain your eyes to the horizon. You close them, and the horizon bends to meet you. Be still and know. You do not need to convince another soul. You do not need to persuade flesh. You do not need to beg for opportunity. For consciousness is the only reality, and the world is already obeying your silent decree. The universe has no will against you. It is not resisting. It is reflecting. It is not punishing. It is obeying. It is not delaying. It is revealing. And the only law it knows is the law of your assumption. Therefore choose this day whom you will serve. The voice of fear or the voice of I am, the shadow of appearances or the substance of faith, the memory of the past or the prophecy of the end. You cannot serve two masters, for one will always betray the other. I tell you the truth, assume the end, and it will clothe itself in flesh. Dwell in the state, and the world will kneel to it. Speak the word within, and the outer will echo it, for you are the image of the eternal, and your imagination is his tongue. Now rest and declare within yourself, I am whole, I am free, I am chosen, I am divine, I am that I am. The world tells you that you must climb, that you must fight, that you must compete. But heaven tells you, be still, and know the victory is already written, the end is already secured, the desire itself is proof of fulfillment. You did not choose the desire chose you. It was planted by the eternal as evidence of what already is, and your only task is to accept it as done, to water it with faith, to clothe it in the garment of assumption. Desire is not lack. Desire is memory, the memory of a reality already alive, already complete, already waiting for you to enter, for nothing can be added to you. All things are finished. All things are complete. And your imagination is the bridge by which you walk into them. You ask, how shall it come? You ask, when shall it come? But the kingdom is not revealed by time. The kingdom is revealed by faith. And faith collapses the hours into now. Faith makes the invisible visible. Faith shortens the distance until there is no distance at all. If you could see as heaven sees, you would laugh at delay, for delay is only the slowness of belief. And if you would believe now, you would see now, for creation is finished, and the only veil is the veil of doubt. You pray to be delivered from circumstance, but circumstance is only the echo of yesterday's assumption. The prayer should not be for the shadow. The prayer should be for the cause, and the cause is always within. The cause is always consciousness. The cause is always I am. Stop arguing with shadows. Stop wrestling with men. Stop begging the world to move. The world has no power. The power is within you. The word is within you. The authority is within you. And the world can only reflect the decree of your inner court. Inner speech is prophecy. Every word whispered in silence is a command to the outer. Every conversation rehearsed within is a seed of destiny. And most are trapped in cycles, not by action, but by inner dialogue, repeated without end. If you would change your world, change your conversation, speak as the one who has already received, talk within yourself as the one who already is, hear yourself as the one who has already become, and the shadow will echo your inner voice. Your state is your home, and you never leave it until you change it. You may walk the streets of earth, but your dwelling place is always consciousness, and what you dwell in, you will meet again and again. You are not a beggar moving through random conditions. You are a son walking through mirrored states, and every encounter is but your own reflection wearing a face. For nothing comes from without, all comes from within. The world will test your faith by showing you contradiction. But contradiction is not denial. Contradiction is the furnace of persistence. Contradiction is the fire by which the false is burned away. Contradiction is the voice asking, will you remain or will you flee? Remain, and it will yield. Remain, and it will bow. Remain, and it will reveal itself as nothing but shadow. For he who remains in the assumption of the end cannot be denied. He who abides in the state must see its harvest. This is why the Sabbath is holy. For the Sabbath is not one day. It is the eternal state of rest. It is the refusal to strive. It is the stillness of faith. It is the unshaken, knowing that what you have declared is finished. You are the operant power, not the passive observer. The world does not happen to you. You happen to it. The outer is not master. The outer is servant. The outer is clay. And your assumption is the potter's hand. What you feel yourself to be is the only substance, and what you persist in feeling becomes the only fact. Therefore, take no thought for appearances. Take no thought for tomorrow. Take no thought for men's opinions. For Galatians 1:10 has said, if I seek to please men, I am not a servant of Christ. To seek the approval of men is to bow to shadows. To seek the confirmation of appearances is to serve doubt. But to stand in the I am, unmoved by flesh, unbent by circumstance, is to walk as Christ. For Christ is not a man of history. Christ is the pattern of awakened imagination in every soul. You are the temple of the living God. You are the dwelling place of the eternal. You are the altar upon which every sacrifice of thought is made, and your life is the offering. Stop crucifying yourself with unbelief. Stop condemning yourself with unworthy thoughts. Stop nailing yourself to the cross of failure, for the resurrection is within you, the ascension is within you, and every assumption is arising from one state into another. You have lived long enough as the prodigal, feeding upon husks, bowing to shadows, chained by appearances. It is time to arise and return to yourself. For the Father has never left you. The feast is always prepared. The ring and the robe are always waiting, and the inheritance has always been yours. Do not despise the small beginnings, for even the faintest assumption carries life. The tiniest seed holds forest within it, and faith as a mustard seed is enough to move mountains, not because of size, but because it is faith at all. Faith is not effort. Faith is rest. Faith is not strain. Faith is certainty. Faith is not begging. Faith is command. For when you know The world must obey. When you assume, the world must conform. When you persist, the world must yield. Therefore take heed what you assume, for you are always assuming, whether in faith or in fear, whether in confidence or in doubt, whether in love or in anger. And every assumption is prophecy. Every assumption is law. Every assumption is creative. If you do not like the harvest, change the seed. If you do not like the reflection, change the face you wear. If you do not like the echo, change the words spoken within, for nothing is final except your faithfulness to a state. The past does not bind you. The past is a shadow. The past has no life except the life you give it. Revise it, forgive it, release it, and you will discover it was never holding you. You were holding it. The future is not waiting to be built. The future is waiting to be entered. The future is not created by steps. The future is created by states. And when you enter the state of the end, the steps arrange themselves. The bridge of incidents appears, and the way is made plain. Psalm the 1st of December lays, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord." And that law is within you. That law is assumption. That law is imagination. Delight in the law of assumption. Meditate on it day and night. Speak within yourself as one who has already received. Walk as one who has already become. Rest as one who has already inherited. And you shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water, that brings forth fruit in its season, whose leaf shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. The shadow will tempt you to forget. The world will tempt you to doubt. Men will tempt you to bow. But remain still. Remain unmoved. Remain faithful. For stillness is not inactivity. Stillness is dominion. Stillness is mastery. Stillness is the proof that you already are. Be still and know you are God. Be still and know the end is secure. Be still and know that your word is law. Be still and know that your state is destiny. Be still and know that the kingdom is within. And now I say to you, declare it within yourself with no hesitation. Let it echo in silence. Let it clothe itself in form. I am chosen. I am whole. I am complete. I am free. I am that I am. The world is not waiting to bless you. The blessing is already done. It is already sealed. It is already alive in the unseen. And the only question is, will you assume it? Will you dare to take it as yours? You have been told to wait upon permission, but heaven does not grant permission. Heaven grants identity. And the moment you claim I am, the permission is already given. The doors are already open. The path is already clear. When you walk in assumption, you walk in dominion. When you rest in faith, you rest in sovereignty. When you claim the end, you command reality to obey. For reality is not stone, it is clay, and your imagination is the potter's hand. The cause is unseen, the effect is seen. The cause is eternal, the effect is temporary. The cause is consciousness, the effect is circumstance, and yet most worship the effect while ignoring the cause, bowing to shadows while the light burns within them. This is why Christ told you, the kingdom of heaven is within. For the kingdom is not a land of distance. It is a state of consciousness. It is an inner dwelling place. It is the end already assumed. If you would change the outer, you must first change the inner. If you would change the harvest, you must change the seed. If you would change the echo, you must change the voice. And if you would change your life, you must change your state. Your state is not fixed. Your state is not bound. Your state is choice, and your choice is assumption. Therefore, choose wisely, remain faithfully, and all things will bow to the state you refuse to leave. Forgive, not for the sake of others, but for your own freedom. For unforgiveness is the chain that binds you to the old story, and revision is the sword that severs it forever. For to revise is to release, and to release is to rise. Do not bind yourself to yesterday. Do not imprison yourself with memories. Do not sentence yourself with guilt, for the eternal has made all things new. The past is dust, the future is seed, and the present is power. The present moment is holy. The present moment is eternity clothed in time. The present moment is always now, and now is the only point of creation, for God lives in the eternal now. And I am is always present. When you worry, you rehearse a state you do not want. When you doubt, you dwell in a state you despise. When you complain, you water weeds and curse your own harvest. For the tongue speaks prophecy, whether in silence or aloud. Therefore let your word be holy. Let your word be sacred. Let your word be fruitful. Let your inner speech be praise. Let your inner voice be thanksgiving. Let your secret conversation be the language of fulfillment. Do not ask another to confirm your vision. Do not beg flesh to approve your dream, for flesh is powerless without spirit, and spirit is always subject to faith. Therefore take your word to the secret place, dwell there, declare there, remain there, until the outer world has no choice but to reflect what you have assumed. Detach from appearances, for appearances are nothing but frozen belief. Detach from delay, for delay is nothing but the slowness of your faith. Detach from doubt, for doubt is nothing but faith in the wrong direction. Rest in the Sabbath, for the Sabbath is not inactivity. It is inner confidence. It is resting in the end with thanksgiving. It is the holy stillness that declares it is finished and refuses to strive. When you live as if it were done, it becomes done. When you walk as if it were so, it becomes so. When you remain in the state of already having, nothing can withhold its form from you. Creation is finished. Creation is whole. Creation is complete. And you are not here to make, you are here to select. You are not here to build, you are here to assume. You are not here to struggle. You are here to rest in faith. This is the mystery of manifestation without effort. This is the truth of divine creation, that nothing is added to you. You are only awakening to what is already yours. You are only claiming what has already been given. And now I say to you, write it. For what you write is prophecy. What you declare with your hand is law. What you seal in word is clothed in form. Therefore write it now in the comments. I am chosen. I am whole. I am free. And let it be established. For the act of writing is not small. It is agreement with heaven. It is covenant with the unseen. It is the testimony of faith. And what you confess, you possess. What you affirm, you confirm. What you declare, you wear. So write it boldly, not for me, but for yourself. Not for the crowd, but for your spirit. Not for applause, but for authority. Write it, and it shall be established. For Job 22:28 has spoken, Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. You are not waiting for miracles. You are the miracle. You are not begging for power. You are the power. You are not seeking the kingdom. You are the kingdom, and all that you dare to claim is yours already. Be still and know this truth. Be still and live from it. Be still and declare it. For heaven is not afar, heaven is within, and the voice of I am is always here. Now say within yourself, and write it with your hand, I am the operant power. I am the cause. I am the chosen. I am divine, and nothing can withhold itself from me, for I am that I am. You have wandered long enough as though you were powerless. You have begged long enough as though the kingdom were outside of you. You have feared long enough as though the shadow could master the light. But the truth has never changed. The truth has never moved. The truth is always whispered. You are the operant power. You are the living temple. You are the cause of all you see. The heavens are not silent. The heavens are obedient. The earth is not stubborn. The earth is reflective. And every atom bends to the decree of your assumption. For consciousness is the only reality, and your imagination is its law. You do not receive what you want. You receive what you are. You do not attract what you desire. You attract what you assume. You do not manifest by begging. You manifest by being. For being is the secret, and assumption is the key. All states exist, all realities are complete, all outcomes are alive, and you are the chooser. You are the one who moves. You are the one who selects by faith. And whatever you dare to assume, you become. You have called it chance, but it was your choosing. You have called it luck, but it was your assumption. You have called it fate, but it was your faith. For nothing happens to you, all things happen through you. The mirror cannot change itself. The mirror waits for the face it reflects, and your world is that mirror. It has no will, no strength, no command of its own. It only repeats what you are within. So speak the word, and the mirror obeys. Dwell in the state, and the shadow follows. Assume the end, and the outer bends. For this is law, this is truth, this is the eternal command of consciousness. You are not here to seek, you are here to awaken. You are not here to struggle, you are here to remember. You are not here to chase, you are here to be still and know. And now I say to you, stop bowing to fear. Stop surrendering to doubt. Stop cursing yourself with old speech. Stop condemning yourself with old stories. Stop living as though you are less than God in expression. For Ephesians 2:10 has spoken, you are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God has before ordained that you should walk in them. Not someday, but now. Not later, but now. Not afar, but within. The doors are open, the feast is prepared, the robe is ready, the ring is waiting, and all you need do is accept, all you need do is assume, all you need do is rest in the end. You are not small, you are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, you are the breath of the eternal, clothed in flesh. You are the voice of I am speaking in time. You are the divine imagination awake and choosing. So write it boldly. Let the unseen hear it. Let the earth receive it. Let the heavens record it. Write in the comments now with your own hand, I am free. I am chosen. I am whole. I am divine. And let it be established in the solid world. For the act of writing is covenant. The act of declaring is command. The act of assuming is creation. And what you declare now will rise as flesh tomorrow. What you write now will clothe itself in fact. And let every soul that reads and joins in this affirmation be bound together in the same faith. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. And what is agreed upon is established forever. Therefore, lift your eyes not to the distance, but to the within. Lift your voice not to the sky, but to the secret place. Lift your faith not to men, but to God within. For the kingdom is yours, the power is yours, the glory is yours. Be still and know you are the operant power. Be still and know you are the chooser of worlds. Be still and know you are the resurrection and the life. Be still and know you are God. And now let the prayer rise as flame. Let the affirmation thunder as law. I am the operant power. I am the beginning and the end. I am chosen. I am free. I am whole. I am divine. I am that I am. Let this word be sealed. Let this decree be done. Let this faith be flesh. In the name of I am. Amen.